Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Could everyone please take a seat and let us start our presentation ceremonies? Thank you, everyone. I'm going to step to the microphone and I'm going to read a proclamation in honor of the South Dade wrestling team. If you gentlemen would join me up front, it would be great. I just want you to know it's turning into quite a habit for South Dade and Homestead to be up here burning Homestead's paper up on all these proclamations. But it has been quite an honor for us as a community, for us as a council, and us as a city to be able to recognize some tremendous athletes and some tremendous accomplishments for actually both schools, but in this case with South Dade. Tremendous. Let me read the proclamation. Whereas South Dade Senior High School wrestling team won their 9th state wrestling championship, and whereas South Dade Senior High School wrestling team dominated over every team by scoring 160.5 points as a team, and whereas South Dade Senior High School wrestling team has produced 53 individual state champions, second most in Florida's history, and has been state champions or state runners-up 17 out of 20 years, and has won national record for most takedowns in a single dual meet. And whereas head coach Victor Balmaceda has been inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, a big honor and the first for anyone from South Dade. And whereas the city of Homestead is extremely proud of South Dade Senior High School wrestling team for their discipline, hard work, and exceptional display of teamwork. Now, therefore, I, Jeff Porter, the mayor of the city of Homestead, Florida, do hereby proclaim the 15th day of February 2014 as South Dade Senior High School Wrestling Team Day in Homestead. Next recognition is for Officer of the Month. Is Officer Green is Officer Green here, Major?
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, members of the audience. I'm here to recognize a very special person to us, someone who's going to be recognized for Officer of the Month for February 2014. It's Officer Anthony Green. Officer Green. Step up. Officer Green's been a part of our department for a little over 24 years. In 1990, he joined us as a police explorer. In 1993, he became an actual employee of the City of Homestead, was hired as a civilian police dispatcher. And a year later, in 1994, and ever since then, he's been employed as a full-time police officer. During his career, he has spent 12 years in the K-9 unit, and he has also spent 8 years as a field training officer. Officer Green is being recognized for Officer of the Year, Officer of the Month for February 2014. He handled 220 calls for service during that month, handled 68 backup calls to assist other officers on calls, made 11 arrests, and generated 25 police reports during that 1 month period. One case that stands out in particular during that period of time occurred on Sunday, the 23rd of February 2014. While on patrol, Officer Green, his keen observation, he detected a strong odor of marijuana in a specific subdivision he was patrolling. His subsequent investigation, he had parked his vehicle, got out on foot, and actually identified the house where that smell of marijuana was coming from. It was found to be a hydroponics lab, which is also commonly known as a marijuana grow house. At that house, we arrested one individual. There were 37 marijuana plants seized at a value of $98,000. That's just one example of the fine work that Officer Green does on a regular basis. He's a very motivated officer. You can come across him at roll call each and every day, and each and every day you come across him, he always has a smile on his face, and he's very motivated, ready to go type officer. So we're very proud to present him with the Officer of the Month for February 2014.
Well, we all heard the saying, the best of the best. This truly is the best of the best this month, because our officers are some of the finest that you'll find around, most dedicated. And for Anthony to be here today, it's an honor for me to be able to present you with this certificate. Officer Anthony Green, Homestead Police Department, with gratitude, we thank you for your distinguished service above and beyond the call of duty. Thank you, sir.
Also, on behalf of the police department, we're going to present him with an actual separate plaque for Officer of the Month for February 2014.
Just real quickly, thank you very much, Mayor, Council, Chief, Command Staff, Major Kennedy. Thank you very much, Officer Brian Kennedy. I just want to start by letting you know that, reiterating what the Mayor Porter was saying, that even though I work within the department, we truly have some of the best individuals there that have the character, the morals, and the heart to go out there and do this job. And I for one am honored, and every so often I know they're going to give me a hard time, get emotional over the fact that we truly do have a great bunch of people that it's an honor to work with. I also would like to thank the day shift supervisors, Lieutenant Sermon, Lieutenant Dijon, and Sergeant Faust. And I didn't forget my wife, my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, and of course the most important, she's waiting for it, my daughter Nikayla. So, thank you very much.
We've also got a proclamation tonight in honor of Fair Housing Month, so I'd like to read this proclamation as well. Hold on. It says, whereas April 11, 2014 marks the 46th anniversary of the passage of the U.S. Fair Housing Law, Title 8 of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, as amended, which enumerates a national policy of fair housing without regard to race, color, creed, national origin, sex, family status, and handicap, and encourages fair housing opportunities for all citizens. And whereas the U.S. Fair Housing Law is consistent with the principles of equality and justice for all, and whereas the City of Homestead, the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, concerned citizens, the housing industry are working together to realize the dream of fair and affordable housing for all residents, and whereas the City of Homestead is committed to highlight the Fair Housing Law, Title VIII of the Civil Rights Act of 1968 by continuing to address discrimination in our community, to support programs that will educate the public about the right to equal housing opportunities, and to plan partnerships, efforts, and other organizations to help assure every American of their right to fair housing. Now, therefore, I, Jeff Porter, the Mayor of the City of Homestead, Florida, do hereby proclaim April 2014 Fair Housing Month in the City of Homestead. Carlos, you want to come and receive this, please?
This is just one measure that we take to raise awareness to fair housing. Tonight we also have some information on the table in the back if anybody wants to take a with it. It's a USB drive that has information on fair housing and also some posters if you're a landlord and would like to post it up in your establishment. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Shelley.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to invite up Teresa Olchek from the UF-IFAS, Miami UF Miami-Dade County Extension, to talk about the Centennial and also what the Extension Office does here for our agricultural community in South Dade. And I'll give you a little information about Ms. Olchek. She's currently the Director of the Extension of the University of Florida IFAS, Miami-Dade County. She earned her MS in horticulture in Poland, which is her native country. She joined the Extension in 1995 as a biologist, and then in 1997 she became a vegetable extension agent and served for 11 years. In 2009, she serviced the vegetable commercial industry until April 2010, when she became the director of IFAS. And I believe she's also going to be joined by Mr. Bob Brennan for the presentation, and he's chair of the Extension Advisory Committee, president of the Tropical Arborist Guild, and arborist at Fairchild Tropical Botanical Gardens. So with that, I'll turn it over to you for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the City Council, and all honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Teresa Olchek, and the title is really long, so I'm not going to repeat it. I'm here to share with you a great story of the Cooperative Extension Service, history of Cooperative Extension Service in the United States. I know that not long ago, City of Homestead celebrated 100 years of City of Homestead, so we are joining you in this celebration. Okay, so let's start from the history. In 1862, it started all with a moral act of Congress which established the land-grant institutions, land-grant universities, the first really public universities in this country. And the story was that each state and a union received the land, they sold the land and started public universities. So we have two of them in Florida. Of course, University of Florida, go Gators, and FAMU. Then that's what happened with the universities. Each state has at least one land-grant institution, sometimes more than that. And then we had a Smith-Lever Act of Congress 1914, 100 years ago. The Extension Service, Cooperative Extension Service was established in the United States. And let me tell you, this is absolutely unique in the entire world. Every country I visited, and I visited a lot, they envy us, the system. What happened with Smith-Lever Act of Congress, they created a connection between land-grant institutions and the local governments and the residents. And so it's extension, like extension court, to bring research-based information and education to everybody in each state. And also the act stipulated that the funds will be shared, the responsibilities of funding will be shared between federal government, state, and the local government. So it's like a three-legged stool. And what is the mission of what was really in the Smith-Liver Act is to help people to help themselves, or to bring the university to the people, bring the research-based information and share with the constituents to help them to improve their lives, to help their businesses, to educate young people, to help everybody. So what is extension? It is a publicly funded, I'm not reading the slides because I cannot even see them, but what I can tell you is a publicly funded mission to share the knowledge, to bring it to everybody. We are educators, we are not politicians. We bring research-based information and help other people. So everything what's happening, in the beginning, Extension was just starting to work with the farmers, but now we are dealing with many, many different aspects of everybody's life. So let me go. So let's just summarize. Land-grant university system has 3 missions: teaching, research, and the third is extension. And this is totally different than any other public or private universities. I don't know if you can see it or if you can read it, but this is just a snapshot of history of extension service in Dade County. Actually, the first agent started in 1914, and that was a lady, and she was teaching people how to preserve food, but not only for their own families, but also for business purposes. So that was already entrepreneurial spirit. And now we are going the entire whole circle back to think about canning and food preservation again. Some of the pictures of first extension agents working in this county. Look at, there's a fashion show, the 4-H, the canning, teaching about food preservation, the agents who had first columns, they wrote articles. They started to create actually the agriculture industry. During the Cold War, we were involved. There were missiles in the potato fields, and agents were working with the government. And a few more pictures showing different historical events. This is just how extension can get to you, and some people are just connected for life. This young lady on the left is Miss Kathy Roberts. She was a 4-H member, youth development group member. Then she became an extension agent, and she just retired a couple years ago. Seymour Goldweber, this is a name everybody knows in this area. Mr. Seymour Goldweber was a tropical fruit agent. The second picture shows Seymour, Dr. Jonathan Crane, Dr. Carlos Balerdi, and our retired extension director, Don Paidas. So we had, now it doesn't want to go forward. We are here for a long time. We have actually 4 locations in. You probably know the Agricultural Center. That's your community center. That's our main office. We deal with the horticulture, agriculture issues there. But we also have 2 offices in the North County, in Hialeah, and the Sealand office with University of Miami. We are covering the entire county. We work with everybody, from government to nonprofits to homeowners, kids, senior citizens, and City of Homestead also. We do a lot of programs in this area as well. So main programs are agriculture, horticulture programs. If you have ever any questions about plants, pests, diseases, insects, anything, we know. And if we don't know, we have experts at the University of Florida who know, and they can help. Just a snapshot of some very important issues that South Florida, especially this county, is a mecca and ground zero for many invasive pests coming to United States through seaports, airports, with people bringing them in the pockets on the boats. We are first detectors. We are educators helping to manage the problems. Some of other programs we work, our extension agent Henry Meyer works with everybody who is dealing with the industry, landscape, arborists, tree trimmers, pruners, departments, parks. We do many different programs, from individual visits and emails to field days, workshops. We are using technology, YouTube videos, social media, you name it. We don't have enough people to answer all questions one-on-one, so we're trying to bring technology to the picture. 4-H, I think everybody knows what 4-H Youth Development Program is. It's I believe, 111 years old. We are, as University of Florida, responsible for the 4-H program in the state of Florida, including this county. We have Sea Grant program, all marine and environmental issues. Dr. Lisa Krimsky is our expert. We also work a lot with the nutrition, health, helping low-income families and kids in schools through the Family and Consumer Science programs, and also through the grant funded from USDA, FNEP, and FNP programs. We go to schools, we work with the low-income families. And this is the last slide, just one of the collages of our pictures from different programs and classes. If you have ever any questions, don't hesitate to stop by. Contact us in person or by email, and welcome to 100 years of the Extension Service in the United States and 100 years of Extension presence in South Florida, specifically in this county. Thank you. And I would like to invite also another member of the Extension Advisory Committee, Dr. John Borimo, who is in his daily life Department Chair of Math and Science Department, Miami-Dade College. And also we have Dr. Chingran Wang in the audience, who is our new vegetable... Chingran, please come here, who just started about a month ago, and he's helping the vegetable industry, and he's also our new pesticide trainer.
The City of Homestead and South Dade is lucky to have the Extension Service so close here. Many knows they almost lost funding a few years back. The City of Homestead fought to make sure that they received the funding that they needed, and it was heard, and they were funded, and they provide a valuable resource to not only the farmers, but also to us as individual homeowners. And for that, I'd like to read a proclamation designating today, or actually May 8th, which is their centennial, as from the City of Homestead. And the proclamation reads as follows. Whereas on May 8, 1914, the Smith-Lever Act established Cooperative Extension Service, known in the state of Florida as UF-IFAS Extension and Florida A&M University Extension, the nationwide transformational education system operating through land-grant universities in partnership with federal, state, and local governments. And whereas for 100 years, the original mission of Extension, taking the university to the people and helping people to help themselves, has remained constant. And whereas Extension not only works with farmers, but also with more urban and diversified audiences using modern technologies, and whereas the Extension Service is one of the best investments the community can make, with $10 return on the community and every $1 invested in agricultural research and extension programs. And whereas the Extension depends on and appreciates the hundreds of volunteers that donate their time, extending their educational outreach to the community, and whereas Miami-Dade County Extension consists of a dedicated, professional, and experienced group of individuals, employees who collaborate to plan, develop, and conduct successful educational programs which help the entire population and demographically diversified county in Florida. And whereas the Miami-Dade County Extension is here to help solve your problems through research-based, unbiased data, offering seminars, workshops, field demonstrations, plant clinics, video conferences, mass media, and numerous publications. And whereas Miami-Dade County Extension is a liaison between research conducted by the University of Florida scientists and other universities in our local community, including growers, landscape industry, homeowners, youth, families, and marine industries. And whereas the Miami-Dade County Extension is funded by the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences, Miami-Dade County's Department of Regulatory and Economic Resources, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And whereas, this is the last one, the Miami-Dade County Extension celebrates 100 years of professional service to South Dade, celebrates and honors all those who have taught and learned, and prepares for the future through the continuation of expert education and training. Now, therefore, the Mayor of the City of Homestead, Jeff Porter, does hereby proclaim the 8th day of May, 2014, as UF-IFAS Miami-Dade County Extension Centennial Day in Homestead. Congratulations. Invite my colleagues to come down for the picture.
Good evening, everyone. I rise today to recognize, simply put, some women who rock. In 1987, Congress designated March as Women's History Month. So at our March Council meeting, I was honored to acknowledge the Women's Club of Homestead for their 100 years of service to the Homestead community. So today represents part B of that presentation, where I recognize some ordinary women who are doing some extraordinary things in the city of Homestead. These women hail from a diverse area of disciplines. They perform at a very high and skillful level. They lead with passion, but more importantly, they lead from the heart. And I did not want the work that they're doing in the city of Homestead to go unnoticed. So with that, I would like to invite those women who rock to the podium to join me to be recognized. Yeah. We have several young women in the audience tonight, and I'm so inspired by them because they are setting paths and blazing trails for promising women like you who are going to move on to be women like them who rock. So thank you for being here as well. So with that, I'd like to bring up Ms. Charlie Hudson. She is a resident and a published author. Thank you. Ms. Juanita Smith, former commissioner. She's currently operating our Homestead Soup Kitchen. Ms. Juanita Smith. Come on, Ms. Smith. All right. Ms. Kamitra Driver, she's always recognizing someone else, so I think it's important for us to recognize her. Kamitra Driver, the Executive Director of We Care. This next woman, I think she epitomizes and exemplifies what it means to be an advocate for children, particularly the migrant children, Ms. Maria Garza, who's the Executive Director of the Mexican American Council. My friend, Miss Melissa Aguiar, principal extraordinaire, but she just had a promotion. Now she oversees several schools: Palm Glades, Everglades Preparatory Academy, Charter School at Waterstone. Did I get them all? Melissa Aguiar, please join me. Next up is Miami-Dade County Public Schools 2015 Francisco R. Walker Teacher of the Year, Ms. Myrna Betancourt. The Homestead, Florida City Chamber of Commerce Executive Director, Ms. Rosa Brito. One of our Homestead pioneers, former elected official for the city of Homestead, Ms. Ruth Campbell. Congratulations, congratulations. The first female pastor of Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church, Pastor Sabrina Pope. A top realtor in the city of Homestead, the state of Florida, with the Kai's Company, Miss Susan Newman. And Sue is everywhere. I believe she serves on almost every board, the Military Affairs Committee, the Chamber. She's everywhere. So thank you, Sue, for the work you're doing in our community. This next young lady, you'll think she's on several payrolls, but she's not. She's just volunteering. She's lead for Relay for Life. She's on the Education Committee. She is the South Director for the PTA. She's all over Homestead. Terry Weinstein. And last but not least, one of the top principals in the city of Homestead, and I dare say the state of Florida. She is the principal of Somerset Soho, Miss Dr. Okay. Wait a second. Wait. Let's stop. I didn't even say her name yet. Okay, can I just say her name for the record? Dr. Christina Cruz Ortiz in her fan club. Oh, she came. And my colleague, Councilwoman Judy Wallman, Senior elected official for the City of Homestead. And there is one other female that I wanted to represent. She is currently on vacation. That is our first African American Assistant City Manager in the City of Homestead, Assistant City Manager Allison Love. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing in the City of Homestead. I am inspired by your work. And when I grow up, yes, I'm just that young, I would like to be just like you. Is there any one of you that would like to say something before we take our group picture? Sorry.
Thank you. I want to thank you for this opportunity. But above all, I want to thank you that you didn't forget that people need you. And we need you to always love us. We're here to help and to see that Homestead in Florida City, and believe it or not, they come even from the Keys and from the Rancher to feed them. But you have been such good citizens. You brought us food and clothing. I want to say to you, thank you.
Well, thank you for this privilege. I just want to tell you that it's a wonderful thing to be honored for doing something that you love to do. I'm truly grateful, and thank you very much for this honor.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. As many of you know, I'm an educator, and I'm always capitalizing on the opportunity to highlight the talents of our students. And we have some talented kids in the city of Homestead with South Dade Senior High School's football team, their wrestling team, their girls basketball team, and now our Homestead soccer U16 team. They just recently competed in Central Florida at the President's Soccer Cup. They competed last year, but in the final round, they lost due to a penalty. So when they went back this year, they had a mission. And when they came back, their mission was accomplished. And they represented the city of Homestead well, and they are now moving on to represent the city of Homestead in Decatur, Alabama. In Decatur, Alabama on June, I don't have the exact date. You have the exact? June 11th through the 15th. So I kind of watched them on Facebook and rooted for them from my couch, but I'm so honored for them to be here tonight to be recognized and to share with us, about their accomplishment and their next steps. So I have the coach here and the team. Yeah. As you can see in the city of Homestead, there is a huge appetite for soccer. And we have some phenomenal soccer players in our city. And these young men come from very humble beginnings. There's a lot of burden and a lot of weight that they carry on their shoulders. But when they go out on that field, they lay it all out on the line. And we are so honored that you are representing the city of Homestead in the manner in which you are. And on behalf of the mayor and council, we bid you much success as you go to Alabama, but you have to bring back the victory. Deal? Okay. So with that, I'd like to present a beautiful certificate of recognition for the Homestead Soccer Club U16 and recognition for being the only Florida team representing the South Homestead in Alabama and winning the President's Soccer Cup. The city of Homestead is proud and commends you for representing our community in all of your accomplishments. You don't win with the best talent. You win with the players who are able to play well together. Talent is important, but discipline trumps talent, and you have both. So best of luck as you head to Decatur, Alabama.
I don't know. This never happened. I want to thank everybody for you guys' support. We've been through a lot. I've had these group of kids since 9, 10 years old. They're 16 now, going on 17, and it's been a great journey with them. I can't be any more proud of what we've done, of what we've accomplished. It's just the best group of kids, yeah, we will be going to Decatur, Alabama, and hopefully the community, the city of Homestead can help us get there. We've been doing a lot of fundraising and different things to get there. We'll represent the city of Homestead and we'll bring that trophy home. Thank you.
I just want to amplify something that he said very quickly. Basically, they're going to need support. They're going to need financial contributions to defray the cost for travel as they head to Decatur, Alabama. So if there are any residents or businesses that would like to proffer some financial contributions to help them along the way, they greatly appreciate that. If you would like to give them some contact information, an email, a phone number to contact in the event that they would like to contribute towards this cause.
The number you guys could call, it'll be 786-399-2465. 339, I'm sorry, 786-339-2465. My name's Coach Campos, and I'm available 24/7 to accept any calls, anything will help these kids get there. And like I said, they've worked hard. They've accomplished a lot in the past years that I've had them, and thank you for your support. Thank you.
I'd like to invite Mr. Armando Villaboy from the Intergovernmental Representative of South Florida Water Management District. I have the distinct honor and pleasure of presenting this proclamation today for Water Conservation Month. And the proclamation reads, whereas water is a basic and essential need of every living creature, and whereas more than 90% of Florida's drinking water is supplied by underlying aquifers, and our quality of life and the economy depend on a clean and healthy environment. And whereas South Florida residents consume 179 gallons per person per day, the highest water usage in the state, and whereas the state of Florida, water management districts, and the city of Homestead are working together to increase awareness about the importance of water conservation, and whereas April, typically a dry month when water demands are highest, is annually designated as Water Conservation Month to educate citizens about how they can help save Florida's precious water resources, and whereas the city of Homestead encourages and supports water conservation through various educational programs and special events, and whereas every business, industry, school, and citizen can make a difference and help by efficiently using water, thus promoting a healthy economy and community, now therefore, Jeff Porter, the mayor of the city of Homestead, does hereby proclaim April 2014 as Water Conservation Month in Homestead. So I'd like to present this proclamation to you and then extend the microphone to you if you'd like to speak a little bit about Water Conservation Month.
I would like to thank the City of Homestead for their continued support in preserving Florida's natural resources, more specifically Florida's water resources. The reduced water use helps the Biscayne Aquifer remain a usable potable water source for South Florida, which is where we receive most of our drinking water. I would like to thank again the City of Homestead for their continued support in preserving these natural resources and other restoration projects. Again, thank you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hereby believe that Ms. Fairclough should be our presenter of every award. You do such a beautiful job. I mean it. You do. From your heart, so good, so good. I'd like to recognize a few young ladies tonight, and I'd like to ask Caitlin Burke and Crystal Ruiz and looking at all my notes here, Sonia Gail Griffiths to come forward. Be careful. I'm going to start with Caitlin. Caitlin, these are my girls, so I'm kind of too familiar, I guess. Caitlin is our Miss South Florida Outstanding Teen of 2014. I've known Caitlin for several years, many years. She's as beautiful inside as she is outside. She's always she has such a warm and friendly smile, so outgoing. And her mother and father are very close to me. Her mother is my sister in breast cancer. And I know she's been going through a really hard time right now, and we've kind of fought our journeys together, but unfortunately she's still fighting a few of her own. And but I'm there, and I love her very much. And her father is my other husband. He's my honey-do guy over there. So we're very, very supportive of one another. Caitlin is such a wonderful young lady. Her platform is Your Bosom Buddy Cancer Support Group, and she's just done so much. I can't really begin to say everything that she does, but she's in musical theater, and we're very proud to have her represent Homestead and South Aid. So Caitlin, I love you, and if you'll come over here, or actually, would you like to say something about your platform?
Yes. Well, that pretty much says it all, really, but I'm Caitlin Burke. I'm Miss South Florida's Outstanding Teen, and my platform is breast cancer awareness. And it's something that I'm very passionate about because my mom is now almost 12 years, an almost 12-year survivor. And I work with Your Bosom Buddies, which is a breast cancer support group, and just working with all these amazing women and seeing what can be accomplished when you work together to create awareness. I love to go out and educate more people about the issue because it is an awareness issue. So I feel like the more that I can educate someone about it, the better off we are. And I'm also the Student Team Development Chair of the Homestead Relay for Life. Hi, Terry. So that's my little plug in there. The Homestead Relay for Life is May 10th. So everybody get your teams together, fundraising. American Cancer Society, anybody? Okay, well, that's my platform. That's who I am, and thank you, everyone, for this recognition.
I have a beautiful award for Caitlin, and we're going to take a picture, also all of us together, but here it is, and it's just gorgeous, and most of them say the same thing, but it's just congratulating them for being such outstanding young women in our community. So I'll hand this to you for now, and you wait up here. Sorry, I walked in tonight and sat down and the light was shining just right there and all I see are spots and my eyes are tearing, so I apologize. Next, Miss Crystal. Now this is a story. I happened to be at the Waterstone Pool one day and ran into her father. We'd never met. And, well, we met at the hospital, I think, before, but didn't know each other the way we do now. And he was looking for something to get Crystal involved with. And I said, why not the pageant? Didn't I? So I feel responsible that we are now looking at Miss Homestead, Miss Crystal Ruiz. And everybody knows Crystal. We all love Crystal. She's held so many titles, I can't even begin to tell you. Your parents, just like Caitlin's and Sonia's, I mean, your parents are so involved. And that's why I believe that you are so successful, because you have such support behind you, all of you do. So if you'd like to say a few words, we're so happy to introduce, and I'm so happy to introduce, our current Miss Homestead.
Hello, everyone. Well, my name is Crystal Ruiz, and I am your Miss Homestead for 2014. I'd first like to say thank you to the council members, citizens, and all the local businesses here in Homestead for supporting me throughout the many years and throughout all the titles that I have had.
And it's just so heartwarming to live in a community that supports each and every individual that lives in that town. And with a town that gives so much to me, I have to give back. And I started my foundation, Crystal's Care Packages, when I was just 14 years old. And what I do is I ask for donations and do fundraisers for students to get a week's supply of brand new school uniforms, all in a brand new backpack. And these are all for students who are less fortunate here in our community. And I'm blessed to say that I have given over 150 backpacks and raised over $12,000, and that's all thanks to the community here in Homestead. So thank you so much for that. Thank you for this beautiful recognition, of course, that Miss Waldman always gives for me. And I'm excited to head off to the Miss Florida pageant and hopefully Miss America. Thank you.
All of the plaques have their pictures on it. All of the plaques have their pictures on it, and they're really pretty. So if you want to take a look at it in a few minutes, I think you'll really like it. And next, I want to introduce to you this little cutie pie, Sonia Gale Griffiths. And she's our pageant princess. Sonia's 12 years old, and she loves the color purple. And I think your mama loves pink, right? I'm also very close to her family. Adrienne, where is Adrienne? There she is. She changes herself all the time, her haircut. Adrienne was my savior. I mean, when I decided to load a semi-tractor trailer truck, I didn't have a truck, I didn't have a driver, I didn't know what I was going to do, and within an hour, Sonia had a truck, Sonia had a driver, and that's when we sent all the supplies to New York after Hurricane Sandy. So you know how much I care, Adrienne. Thank you, Sonia. I know, I love you too. Thank you. But what you have here, you have Miss Homestead, soon to be Miss Florida. You have our junior, who's going to be Miss Homestead, and then soon to be Miss Florida. And then you have, I've got them stacked up here. Then you have Sonia, who's going to follow close behind. So we love you, darling, and wish you only the best. And you're so poised, and she's such a dancer. She's one of the dancers at Donnelly, and I just am so proud of you. So I have something for you too. Would you like to say something? No? Here's your plaque. So what I'm going to do is put it in the middle, and Sonia is both of their princesses. Share. So I'm going to share off my. When is Miss Florida, Crystal? 14th. But when's the pageant? June 21st, Miss Florida pageant. So, and Miss Florida Outstanding Teen. I've got to go, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to do. But congratulations and good luck. And of course, Sonia will be there as the princess. On a more serious note, my second presentation is I never pronounce this right, but it's Meher and the Homestead Hospital. Sandy Nanny with SOS, she approached me one day, and she wanted me to help build a partnership between Meher and the Homestead Hospital to establish a sexual assault treatment center. As of now, until now, we have not had a rape center at Homestead Hospital. And all the ladies who had abuse, they had to be sent to Jackson. And it was just so hard and so unfortunate. So we've been working on this for quite a while, and I'd like to ask all my ladies and gentlemen of Meher and Homestead Hospital to come forward, please. Bill Duquette, thank you so much for everything you do. Is Maher here? Oh, there we go. It's here. Maher is working with volunteers and trained experienced victim advocates to form a sexual assault response team which will provide counseling and service at any hour, and Homestead Hospital will provide a location for the counseling, and therefore they can be treated on site. It's horrible to have to talk about something like this, but it happens. It happens. And I'm so proud to have been a part of this long process to finally make this come true. I'm grateful to this wonderful group of caring individuals who have the desire and compassion to see through for the victims of South Dade. So with that being said, we have a proclamation. Yes, we have a sign. Miss Heather is holding a sign. Actually, here's the hotline number. It's open now, right? Why don't you come out here so we can see it? It's open now, right? The hotline number?
Actually, it will be fully operating in July. They can still call the agency, they can still call the care, but the hotline will be operating completely at the beginning of July.
And this is the number. So if you have had domestic violence in your home towards yourself, your children, if you know of anybody and you need help, this is the hotline. And I know I'm not really making as big a deal about it as I should, because you just hate to talk about something like this, but I cannot tell you, the police officers who are command staff, everybody major that are here tonight, they know how important it is. It's big. And it never would have happened without Homestead Hospital. So with that being said, Bill, why don't you stand right here by her? And there's a proclamation. Hopefully I'll be able to read it all. Whereas sexual assault continues to be a major social crisis in our society, and whereas sexual assault affects every child and adult in South Dade as a victim or a survivor, whereas Maher's one-stop sexual and domestic violence center, Homestead Hospital, Start Off Smart, Inc., volunteers, and other service providers in our community are working together as a sexual assault response team for South Dade, which will provide a continuum of care to sexual assault. Ladies, I'm sorry, but could we go outside for the picture so that, ladies, I'm sorry, could we step outside for the pictures, because this is like so important. They love me, I can do that to them, they know. Whereas the START initiative offers trained, experienced victim advocates on call to respond to calls as needed in addition to counseling victims of years past. And whereas START will assist in the scheduling training required for sexual assault advocates to have the knowledge for sexual assault rate counseling. Whereas Mahara Inc. and Homestead Hospital and Start Off Smart seek to improve services for victim survivors of sexual assault and prevent sexual assault through public awareness and service for victims. And whereas Homestead Hospital has taken the initiative to assist with sexual assault response, awareness, and prevention for victims in South Dade. Whereas this community recognizes the vital importance of designating a time devoted to increase the general public's awareness and support of agencies providing services to rape victims. And whereas we continue to hold forth the vision of a community free from sexual violence. Now, therefore, I, Jeffrey Porter, the mayor of the city of Homestead, Florida, do proclaim April 2014 as Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month in the city of Homestead. Can't tell you how proud I am, and how proud I am just to have been a small little part of this, but I hope you never need it. I hope you never need it, but if you do, you know they're there. So thank you. If you'd like to say a word.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for this proclamation, and it is, I think it's very significant. It will, it's something that not only South Dade needs, but I think the whole county will benefit from. And this partnership, including Homestead Hospital, is really it's really unique, and I think it's going to make a difference here. So thank you all.
I just saw Dr. Feldman, I think, back there, my friend. This is for you, too. This is for our schools. This is all of this. So I should have Would you like to come forward and be with us? Because it's for all of the community, and as I can say, you just never know when it's going to happen, and it doesn't matter how old you are. So I know you're a great supporter of this as well, and we love you very much. To have you in the picture, would you like to say a word or two? Okay, let's step over here.
This is too exciting right here. If I could, Judy, may I say one thing, Judy? Yes, I would. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity. I just wanted the audience and the people in Homestead to know that as far as the school board is concerned, we have begun to train all of our counselors, our crisis management people, our staffing specialists, psychologists, and a lot of our administrators on recognizing the signs of trafficking when our kids are trafficked, as well as in sexual abuse. So we're getting our up and going, and we very much appreciate everything you do for us. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and that's, I believe, concludes our...
That concludes the presentation,
Okay.
so we'll close this meeting and give us about 5 minutes to set up for council, and we'll go straight into council meeting. Thank you, everyone.